Hey there, it's Kat and this is Brews and Reviews. In today's video, I'm going to be talking you guys through my Get Graphic With It Readathon TBR. And if you don't know, the Get Graphic With It Readathon is a readathon that's all about reading graphic novels, comics, manga, anything with pictures in counts for this readathon. It's hosted by myself, Stephanie from Stacks on Stacks on Stacks, and April from April Sarah, and there's also a giveaway attached to it. I'll link the announcement video in the description below if you want any more information. Prompt number 1 is to read something with orange on the cover, and for that one I'm going to be reading Full Metal Alchemist Volume 4. This is the only manga on this list, and I only recently started reading Full Metal Alchemist. I read the first 3 volumes in a row, and I really enjoyed it. I had no idea what it was about when I was going into it, and it's just so fun, and I was sort of rolling with it, but it's also really dark. I don't know, I'm into it. If you like Full Metal Alchemist, what do you think? Do you think that I will enjoy the rest of it? I hope so. Prompt number 2 is to read something with a face on the cover, and I'm going to be reading... I'm going to be knocking things over, apparently. You guys are always worried when I'm holding coffee. No, I put it on a table and I almost knocked the table over then, so, you know. Prompt number 2 is to read something with a face on the cover, and for that one I'm going to be reading Extremity Volume Artist. So this is a 2-volume graphic novel set. Could you not? So this is a 2-volume graphic novel set, and I believe they're sort of separate or they go alongside each other. Anyway, this is the first volume and it's about a woman who is just living her life as an artist until her village thing gets attacked, and then she wants to go on a vengeance trip, which is great because I love a bit of revenge. So I'm excited to read this. Prompt number 3 is to read more than one graphic novel or manga in the same series, and for that one I'm going to read Extremity Warrior. So this is the second in the series. I think it's the conclusion. I could be totally off base here and completely wrong with this, but this one comes directly after the previous one, so therefore it is the next one in the series. And I'm going to be reading it and I'm going to be enjoying it, I hope. I don't know what it's about because I haven't risked reading the blurb on the back because I don't want spoilers. No thank you, not for me. Prompt number 4 is to read something with a one-word title, and for that one I'm going to be reading Spread. Yeah, it's got a one-word title. I believe this graphic novel is about an ecosystem that spreads. It spreads across the world and consumes things. I hear that it is very bloody. Obviously, I'm guessing you can guess that from the cover. It just looked like something that I would enjoy, particularly given that we're in October and I'm looking to read like the gory, horror-ish type things. You know, could be fun. I hope it's fun. Prompt number 5 is to read something that's over 5 years old. And for that prompt, I decided to read The Watchmen. Finally. I have borrowed this book from my friend, and I've had it for about 3 years, and I feel awful. I feel, like, terrible about it, and I just never seem to get around to it. And every Get Graphic With It readathon, I'm like, I'll read The Watchmen, and then I never do. So, if this is the only book that I read this week, then that will be my measure of success for this readathon. I will read this week. If not, you can throw Rorschach tests at me. I don't know. I need to read this book this week because I've had this book for too long. I am sorry, Joe. I will give this book back to you. I promise. Side note, I don't actually know when The Watchmen came out. I think it was like the 1980s, something like that. Who knows? Prompt number 6 is to read a graphic novel or a manga when it is completely dark outside, so in the evening or the night, whenever, you know. Yeah. So this should be pretty easy to do for any of the prompts, but as I want to read 10 graphic novels in this week, I have picked The Old Guard, Volume 1, because again, I have borrowed this from my friend and kept it for too long. It seems to be a theme. I'm reading the graphic novels now in this week. Lots of graphic novels, lots of them borrowed, and lots of them being read. So we'll just pretend I'm not a terrible friend, please. I have heard great things about The Old Guard. I believe it's about a bunch of warriors that are like immortal, and I know there was a Netflix film made on it, but I didn't watch it because I wanted to read this first. Hopefully it'll be good. Prompt number 7 is to read something you heard about online, and for that one I'm going to read Heartstopper Volume 4 because I heard about this online. I heard about all of the Heartstoppers online, and I haven't read this one, which is weird because I bought it when it first came out and I was like, oh, I love Heartstopper, I'm going to read it, and then I never did. And I was like, I'll just save it for the readathon, eventually. And I have, so I'm gonna read this book. This one looks like it should be quite chunky, but it's not actually when you're reading it. Though I have heard that it has more of a serious tone to it, so hopefully it will not be all sadness and sad. I hope the happiness will find its way through, at least in bits, because I really enjoy this series and I think it's really cute. Prompt number 8 is to read a standalone, and for that one I'm going to be reading House of Penance. I mean, there's a theme to like some of the books that I'm going to be reading in this readathon, and they're like horror and lots of blood things. This one is about a haunted house and a blood curse. So that sounds good. Fun. A fun time. Probably not for this lady, but a fun time for me. Prompt number 9 is the graphic novel or manga that has been on your TBR the longest, and I had a good thing about this one, and I know what this is, because I know exactly why I haven't read it yet, and it's because it's massive. My favourite thing is monsters. My favourite thing is giant graphic novels that are giant and so big. So big. Anyway, I don't know what this is about. I know that a lot of people really like it. I think the art in this is really cool. I think the art in all of these that I'm going to be reading is really cool, but there's something about this one in the ballpoint pen kind of style that it's in that I just think is really nice, and I'm excited to read it. I think it's like a detective-y type story, and it's going to be a good time. I hope it's going to be a good time because it's a chunky boy, and if I'm going to read this chunky boy, then it better be damn good! And the last prompt is to read 10 graphic novels or manga, and to finish off this set I'm going to be reading The Old God Volume 2, because again I've borrowed it and I need to read it, so yeah. And also if I don't end up reading the second Extremity book, then I can count this one for reading the second in the same series challenge. I don't know, it just covers a lot of bases to have more than one in the same series. I also might read more Full Metal Alchemist if I'm in the mood for it. I think I do have quite a few chunky books on this TBR, so who knows, I might be being a bit over-ambitious, especially because I know that the text in The Watchmen is quite small. And I don't love that in graphic novels. I like there to be like a nice balance between the text and the images, but we will see how it goes. Hopefully I don't DNF it. Oh my god, imagine if I DNF this book after having it for about 3 years. I'm not gonna do that. No. No. Anyway, if you're taking part in the Get Graphic With It readathon, let me know in a comment below. Let me know what your TBR is going to be, because I'm always interested to check out some new graphic novels, especially if they're gory in some kind of way, because for some reason I like that. Anyway, if you made it this far into the video and you haven't got anything else to say, then please leave me a knife emoji. If you like this video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!